One.
Um, Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
We hope that you cracked a new fresh beverage, a little bev.
Hey, listen, have yourself something to drink on us. I mean, you have to buy it, but enjoy it with us.
Yeah, we can start buying you things, but I'm not sure if you want to get back to the conversation because we've said it plenty of times, and we're not gonna mention it again. But you know what to do. You know what to do.
Send us money now, a lot of it, as much as you can. And I'm not going to say anything
Yeah.
about it, but please, God,
Um,
help.
and we store it. We don't waste it. We're like black holes.
We store banking information. No, we're not going to steal your banking. You know what we mean. You know what we mean. If you don't know what we mean, check out the last episode. You'll know a lot more than you do if you haven't.
Yep. And you know what we want? We want you to relax, soothe out, because you know where we're at. We're at an evening soothe,
That's right, baby.
and like before, right now, and always is JKJK and
Hey, I'm Beat Pig.
excellent. Excellent. Yeah, and you're at the evening soothe. We
Evening
hope that
soon.
you're enjoying it as much as we are. You know, I was thinking we're done with black holes, by the way, right now. We're all the way sucked in, so time to pass that topic. That's past. That's yesterday.
We
Let's
figured
talk
that
about it
out.
right now.
We closed that fucking case closed.
Case closed. Yeah. So what I was gonna say is I rewatch, a lot of the Soothes from time to time because I try to store my information in there. A lot of my thoughts, my opinions in there. And of course there might be junk, like why wouldn't there be, you know? They say um diamonds and gold is you can't find gold without seeping through the sand. So sipping through the seeping, sleeping,
Sifting?
sifting. Thank you. Sifting through the sand. So I
That's
hope you
right.
sift it out really thoroughly.
You got to sift through the grains. Every once in a while, you get a little chunk of a Budweiser bottle or Coors Light or a Bush or something. But every once in a while, you'll find a dime, a nickel, penny, or a bar of gold or a Bitcoin if you look hard enough. So that reminds me of Oak Island. My parents watched this show called Oak Island, and they're looking for this treasure that's on Oak Island, and they're digging all the time. This show has been going for 8 years, I think, and they just like pull out mud cores. They core out down into the earth, and they pull out mud, and they cut open the mud, and they're looking for sticks and shit. And they pretty much don't. These guys are working so hard. That's kind of how we're working. We're just grinding away on Oak Island.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably manifesting it and they'll find it. If you're looking, you'll find it. That's what people say. So we keep giving
Seeking,
so you can get it.
we're given so you can get it. Seeking, you shall find, and you found us here at the Evening Soothe.
The one and only place where you can relax, get comfortable, put on your sweater, light up a candle. We used to have a candle. Maybe you see it right now. I don't remember, but light up a candle if you have one, maybe an incense. Take some deep breaths. Take a breath and then take another one. Hold it. Exhale. Do it 3 more times and you'll feel better. That's what neuroscientists say. They say it drops your stress levels
Seriously?
incredibly. Yeah, yeah. I don't remember. Andrew Huberman.
Oh yeah, I
He's
think I
a
know.
pretty famous person right now. Was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Is
Was
he?
on Lex Friedman's podcast. Yes,
He's kind of buffed out and he's got like a beard.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, he's kind of cool, dude.
Talks. talks a lot about like your brain and how to get yourself on the right path. And I'm so grateful for all those guys, that are trying to put you on the right path. That know how messed up things right now really are and how lost we are because we have so much, and they're doing their best to explain things still and get us going, which is really, really cool. But yeah, so what he used to say, he would say that if you take a breath, like, and then another one to completely fill up your lungs with the oxygen
Oh yeah.
and make sure you're breathing with your tummy because that's where your chakra is. That's where your main chakra is, chakra source. I don't
Okay.
think he said that, but that's from a different person. That's from my neighbor Pamela. That's what she told me. So yeah, he said, and then hold it, and then you exhale. And as you're trying to take that air, you need to think of it as it's not coming from your mouth, but if it fills you up from your feet all the way up to your head. And then you hold it up there, you store that energy, and then you release it. And as you release it, you exhale from your top of your head down to the bottom of your feet to touch of all on the chakras. Of course, it's not literally, well, it is literally going through your whole body. The oxygen is being delivered to every part of it. So that's like a next level of decompressing and de-stressing yourself out. Try it out if you don't believe me, and if it doesn't work, try it out again. That's what I tell my kids at the daycare. Sometimes you gotta teach them how to be independent and how to not give up. You try to store in those core fundamentals of keeping going and have that persistence in life.
That's true. It reminds me of the first time I smoked weed, um, which nobody should do. I don't smoke weed, by the way. But
Okay, weed is bad. Okay.
okay, okay, weed is bad, so don't do it. But first time I did it, I didn't get high. I said I don't feel anything. I don't feel any different. The second time I did it, I got super fucking high. So don't give up. Also, don't do that though.
Yeah, I would say my experience was similar and not similar at the same time. First time I smoked, it was pretty bad time, but it was mainly because of the environment. I lived in an apartment that just had an air mattress, a kitchen with noodles, um, the ramen, and potatoes that were pretty rotten. And there was one chair, and we had four
Fuck.
people.
Fuck.
So, and one person got really high, and she did not feel good throughout the whole the experience. And for me, it was so intense. I felt like I was like everything just my ears popped, and it wasn't pleasant really. But then I did it again, um, and it was much smoother time. I definitely had a good time, and I feel like that was like I would consider that my first experience as well. um but maybe it told me why it was bad, like why it was bad experience because of the environment, because if the environment is calming, you'll the chances that you'll have a better time are higher. So yeah, but don't do weed though.
Don't do weed though, for
Don't do
real.
drugs.
Don't do
Take
drugs.
that ibuprofen and throw it out of your window.
Yeah, dude. If you got back pain, you can go out there into your backyard and get a pill out of the bottle, but leave it in the backyard for the most part. And Tylenol, I heard, will build up in your system. That cigarette, I just had to smoke that because there's this kid in the neighborhood that smokes them, and if I gotta smoke them, burn them up so he doesn't smoke them. But don't do it. Save yourself the trouble and the fucking money and the time and the effort.
Yeah,
You're
and
gonna, yeah.
in one of there used to be a famous rapper. R.I.P. XXX Tentacion. And in one of his tracks, he had a guy talking, saying that I I smoke cigarettes so less people smoke them and less people have cancer, I guess. Well, something in between those lines, he definitely said. And that totally makes sense. I smoke so you don't smoke. Because if you're trying to get a cigarette, I'll probably discourage you. I'll say, are you sure you want to get into this? Do you really want to? Because you know how it is, and you don't want the person to be in that state. I was seeing a girl one time, and she was talking how she was smoking a spliff,
So what is
and
that?
she
That's got
said,
some tobacco and weed?
"Yes, it is a mixture of tobacco and weed." And her throat was kind of hurting. And then she tried a couple of puffs of a vape, and then her throat got really messed up. And she said, "I'll never touch anything but nicotine again." And I thought, wow, that's excellent. Makes my job so much easier.
Yeah, that's kind of nice, dude. I've I had an ex-girlfriend who said that cigarettes got her higher than weed because she got all lightheaded. Not that we should be talking about
Hmm.
weed here, but anyway, so spliff, she said okay, and then okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so another thing, yeah, cigarettes are not good either, but I feel like when I smoke when I just started smoking cigarettes, there was a girl that I liked. It was like one of my first loves. I think I had three first loves until I kind of realized, okay, now it's the second one. Uh, but yeah, one of them I used to smoke. I used to like start smoking in front of her just so that she would say don't smoke, you know? Like I needed that feel of care, like she cared
Damn.
about me, about my body.
Damn, that's kind of poetic. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's tough
Um
though. That's tough because
I think it was silly, but I'm glad that you said it's poetic.
yeah, I think it is. I think it's very poetic. But it's tough because as a friend, I generally like to, let people make their own decisions, right? And respect that. And um uh but sometimes people do just want somebody to care and say, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't drink that, or maybe you shouldn't do that because I want you to feel good and get done what you want to get done in your with your life or your day or whatever." So I got some friends who struggle with the bougile a little bit. Um, and I think sometimes they're just looking for somebody to say to not drink today or not don't drink all that beer.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my neighbor Pamela is really kind, so she's always trying to help me out with a cigarette. But
Mm.
she said that she's trying to quit smoking too. So, and I respect that. So I'm not gonna ask her for any more cigarettes, even though she smokes. I don't even want to bring it up, bring the idea to her head, and let her be on the journey. A hard one, a tough one. I can do without any like addictive substance, I guess, any stimulants or um how do you call relaxants, any uppers or downers. But cigarettes, oh, nicotine is something that, man, it's like solid, really gets you into you, really starts owning you.
Yes, it really does. It really does. Yeah, if you're out there and you're young and you haven't done any of that stuff yet, I would just stay away from it. Keep it simple. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Don't run into a bunch of trouble. It's like jumping into a fucking thorny bush.
Yeah, huh. Mm, I needed to hear that. Yeah, I thought that it would fix me, a lot of things that I tried in my life. I thought, that's gonna make me feel better because I don't feel so good right now. I have so many things that are wrong with me, so maybe I should try it out. And most of the times they actually help, but doesn't mean that
Yeah.
you should do it though. You're
Yeah.
probably not broken.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I I I tried that stuff when I was after I went through a breakup. And so I thought this is it was actually sort of a I think self-destructive thing. I thought, fuck it, who cares, and waited till I was 21 and everything and yeah, I was fucking better off before. I was like just as cool, just as interesting, just as creative or whatever. Um, but now I got this fucking monkey on my back that costs some money. So it's a pain in the ass, smoking all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. People say it makes you look cool, but it makes you look cool only for some people.
It
Doesn't
def
always make like I live in a place right now where people are really healthy and all about the healthy lifestyle. And when I smoke a cigarette, I get some looks, or I don't get any looks at all, which is kind of sad as well.
I understand that. I think so. I think it looks mad cool as fuck, but I don't think you should do it. And I've had some kids walk past me, some school kids, some grade school, elementary, and then they like to like cough when like they're near you if you're smoking to like tell you that you shouldn't be smoking, which is endearing. But shut up. But
Yeah,
it's
you don't know me.
endearing. It's
Yeah.
endearing, and I love children. But shut up.
Yeah, duality of reality.
That's the duality of reality, my friend. That's quantum entanglement. That's black holes. Up or down spin.
Everything,
Everything.
everywhere,
Everywhere.
all at once.
All at once. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, have you?
No, dude. I've heard good things though.
Pretty good. It's a endearing movie, like you
Really.
said. I don't quite know the meaning of the word
Me neither.
endearing, but I I really love the movie. Yeah, made me cry, made me laugh. Um, it's about everything, That's what I like. The plot is about a lot of different things.
Hmm.
So that's great. And it talks about quantum physics, I guess. It talks about parallel universes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, like
Uh,
it's got some cool visual effects in it too, doesn't it? Like cool zooming, motion
mhm.
blur.
Yeah, it's everything is in there. Everything you want to know. So if you want to know something, just watch the movie and it's gonna tell you it's gonna give you the answer.
Hey, if you have a history test next Monday and you're afraid you might not pass the class, watch Everything Everywhere at Once instead of reading your textbook. It'll probably tell you, who Ferdinand Magellan was and what he did. So check it out. I want to watch it. I've had friends tell me over and over, you got to watch this movie. You're gonna love it. Um, so I give it 5 stars and basically my all-round recommendation for anybody looking for a good movie.
Yeah. Magellan was a pretty cool guy, guys. So if you want to know about him, you know where to look for it.
That's right. Catch everything, everyone, everywhere, all at once, all the time, always on probably Hulu or Disney Plus. That's the Ferdinand Magellan biopic that you're not gonna want to miss this movie season.
Yeah, it's excellent. Excellent movie. Oh, that's a little better, but
Here we go. I take my shades off.
that's
I'll put them back on.
that's the best. Um, what else did I want to talk about here? We covered quite a bit of topics today.
Yeah, we were
Uh,
going through a lot. Um, something that I thought of from earlier. My mom's friend, her husband, when he passed away, the clock on the wall, they say, stopped at his time of death and it's quit running. This is a little interesting thing.
that is really interesting. Yeah. Um, I lost the train of thought. Oh, right. Yesterday we were trying to record a podcast yesterday, but things went kind of awry. I felt the day before yesterday, I felt very, very emotionally filled with my whole body. And I felt like it almost throughout the whole day, especially in the morning. I was in the morning, I was thinking about things that happened, that had happened to me the day before. I I had a crush. That's how people call it nowadays, on
That's what
a
the
young
kids are
woman,
calling
and she's great, 10 out of 10, I guess, in my perspective. Um, but yeah, she found somebody else. She's happy. Seems like it. I have doubts, but
it.
kind of want to test him in a sparring match. Um, but yeah, exactly. Throw some jabs, he'll cross and see if he can, pull it off. If he can, then yeah, I think it's the best test, slowly getting aggressive. Sorry, guys. It's just supposed to be comforting. But anyways, so she seems to be happy, and she's with someone that is probably in a better financial standing, mainly financial, because I don't think that's the only thing I think we're missing. You know what to do, guys. So, but it matters a lot nowadays, and I understand that. You can show people things, you can have a lot more experiences with it, which is understandable. Anyways, and the next morning, I was feeling kind of low. I wouldn't say low, but still feel emotionally, but I was feeling a little sad. And I forgot that we were watching a documentary on Beethoven. And that guy had a really rough life, and I could really resonate with him. Maybe my life wasn't as brutal as his. Totally can agree with that. But he was abused and hit physically by his parents when he was young, by his father mainly when he was young, probably just by his father when he was young. I My father was pretty cool, so that's a difference. But his father was a musician, and he wanted him to be a musician. So he put him under a lot of stress to become a great musician. He would lock him up in a basement sometimes for him to play, and he would ask him to play, like coming home drunk, asking him to play for the father. So that was his childhood basically, and soon enough, all that pain that he's experienced, he transferred it into music, and he became really good at it. He met Mozart as well, and Mozart said, "This kid has got something actually." So he started getting more and more popular. He started playing for royals, but he was never accepted there because he was not a royal. He did not have royal blood, and some of his pieces, they show his emotions, how he felt about the royalty, and what his opinion was on it. He put a lot of he had a lot of entanglements with women. Um, had a very eccentric personality, and women ended up always turning him away, turning him down, because he was not a royal, you know. And he wrote Moonlight Sonata. He wrote For the Lease for people, and yeah, they ended up marrying some royals and turning him down. And in the age of, like, in his 20s, he started losing his hearing, so it started got really hard for him to play. But as he experienced more and more pain, more beautiful pieces appeared to be, you know he was his lifestyle started going downhill. Like, he was drinking heavily. His room was a mess. Everything was going very downhill, but his music just kept getting better. He had just music in his head, so he did not have to hear, because he had it all in his head and he was just projecting it. And one of his most famous pieces, I cannot recall the name. I think it was um, "Ode, Ode to Joy," something like that. Maybe it was a different piece, but I believe it was that one. Um, he had a standing ovation of like a whole opera was giving him a standing ovation, and he could not hear it. He was even standing uh facing the other way because he could not hear it. So the I think somebody had to like turn him around towards the public, to receive the ovation, which was pretty sad. And and as I was watching that documentary, I was just tears kept coming down my face, and I couldn't help it. It was the morning, and I was like, wow, this is so tragic, and this is like I could feel the pain, the that he experienced, and thought to myself, yeah, I cannot let the downfalls of mine to be just in vain too, and I need to transfer them somewhere. But here we're just transferring the good vibes and the positive vibes, just the soothing, comforting entanglements.
That's right, baby, because this is the evening Soothe. Man, that's tragic. He couldn't hear the standing O. Did he write Moonlight Sonata for somebody, man? That's crazy.
Yes, he did
Dude,
write Moonlight Sonata for somebody.
imagine. Wow.
Yeah, he was madly in love, and our professor was playing it too. She was like, "Let me see if I can play it for you guys." So she played it live. That was kind of cool.
Are you serious? She played it on the piano?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
So it was a great experience, and I needed that emotional relief kind of thing. I'm like, that's okay if some tears fall down my face. It's worth it, for that type of story. And there's a movie that our professor said she would share, but I still did not receive the link. So if you're watching it, professor, please share the link. I'm waiting.
Professor Gilbertson, where are you at? Are you asleep over there? We need this link. What was it a link to?
To Beethoven movie. So there's like an actual movie that they made. You know how there's a movie about Mozart, Amadeus.
Yeah.
There's a movie about Beethoven as well. So Mozart was a little bit on the happier side. He liked to fool around, which I kind of resonate with as well. He was not that serious. He he wrote a lot of operas that were very very comedic. So he had that light feet. He was like light on his feet, like tit, 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 tit type of deal.
I love that
But
comedy.
genius nonetheless.
Yeah, man, right? That's what I'd like to be. Less of the sad, broken-hearted, a little bit more goofy. Although they kind of you get a little bit of both in the art world. Can you hear the music I'm playing?
I can't. No.
Damn, I'm playing Moonlight Sonata.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I kind of wanted us to have a recording on Skype so we could have some classical music in the background because it would definitely be an incredibly soothing feeling. But yeah, do you think you can find it in the share screen? Well, maybe we should save it for the next time.
Let me see. Can I do something with my audio? With the audio ducking?
You can try. Let me call Jamie and ask.
Yeah, call Jamie quick because that'll save us a little bit of time. I know we can do it. We can figure it out, but uh,
Click on share screen on the meeting toolbar and
hmm.
if audio is an important part of your shared content, you can also send the computer's audio to the remote attendees. I don't know about
Tendies, like chicken tendies,
that. Yeah, like fish sticks.
like fish stickies. I got not fish sticks, fish sticks. And in 10 minutes. What the fuck are you talking about? All right,
But
we got
yeah, on the share screen, there should be Select the program or desktop you wish to share. Select the share sound in the bottom left corner of the share selection window.
Oh, that's probably what I should do. Um,
But we probably don't want the audience to see all of your content on the screen, so be aware. And another good thing about classical music is that it has no royalty. It's royalty free if the person has been dead for how long? We took a class, like 70 years, somewhere around there.
yeah, I think it's like 70 or 90, and then it depends on if it was bought by somebody else, then it's like 70 or 90 till after the person who made it died or something. And then the other amount of time if it wasn't bought and it was still owned by the original artist, I think. But yeah, they're fucking way past the thing. Let me try it one more time. Can you hear this?
A little bit.
Shit. How about now?
No.
Shit. I don't think I have anything on here that I'm afraid of people seeing. Um,
Because we don't have anything. We don't have anything to hide.
we don't have
We're
anything
tabula,
done.
clean sheet, clean slate. And we're putting an ink on the paper right now. And you guys are experiencing it. So thank you for being here with us.
Thank
And you guys are one of the few that like right now we have maybe like 2 millions of views, and there's gonna be like 100 billions of views in a maybe 40 years after our death. So
you.
we're proud of you guys. Yeah, have some feel of pride in yourself.
We are proud of you guys. The thing about this is, um, I'm worried about sharing my. I don't give a shit. You know what? If you got a problem with what I watch, then shut up. Um, we'll do stereo and high fidelity. Bam. So what do you see now, bro?
I see YouTube, and I see an almost naked lady, which is very beautiful. She's probably a French model.
She's a French model. That's my girlfriend. Here we go.
I hear it.
Oh, this is nice.
And I think I can even switch it to the place where I don't even need to watch the screen and I can still see you.
Yeah, how the fuck do I do that? Because now
View.
people are just looking probably at our fucking Beethoven's face here. Um, you know what? I don't know. Boom.
Yeah.
How do
And you can go
I?
back to Zoom. Yeah, maybe try going back to Zoom and then it's gonna be back us back again.
Yeah, how do I do that? I'm fucking clicking everything.
Can you click on Zoom?
Here?
I oh, that's my mouse. My I'm sorry. No, yep, to the right. Um, in your toolbar. Oh, that's my mouse again. On the bottom toolbar.
No, that doesn't exist.
No. Oh, really?
Did I
Okay.
switch sides, dude?
I don't know. I see different things from what you see.
Here we go.
And yeah, as if we're listening to it, you can see, you can hear the emotions the sadness, the beauty of the love, um, the intentions that he had, the purity, and yeah,
It was one of the most beautiful songs ever here, Moonlight Sonata. It's like 15 minutes long.
yeah. The most popular is this first movement. Um, a lot of the songs that are connected to Moon for some reason are very beautiful. There is another song by a composer named Debussy,
Oh yeah. What's the
and
song?
it's called Claire de Lune.
Oh dude, that's fucking awesome. Oof. Yeah.
And yeah, so and yesterday I was driving and I was listening to this song, and it was Full Moon. Whoa, this is the song that I'm, yeah, and I felt when I was in love with somebody else.
Let's just enjoy this here. Oh shit, we got less than a minute left on this fucker. On this fucker.
I think that's a great ending. That's a great ending.
I think it is.
I hope you're as soothed out. And as you're listening, just look out and maybe you'll see the moon. And you'll think about us. You'll think about the person you love. And if it ends up being us, that's okay. Because we'll love you too.
We know you love us and we love you here at the Evening Soothe. I'm Beat Pig.
The
He's
JK
JKJK.
JK.
We love you.
Come back anytime. We'll be waiting.